Jihad does not mean any war fought by any Muslim. Jihad basically means to strive to struggle. The Hindus and the Muslims will be united. He is not cosmic energy, he is more superior than that. Quran gives you the solution to the problems of humankind. Not that you shall despise each other. That according to Japan, India will be the superpower of the world. We will be a superpower, will be far superior to the Americans. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam. Ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allahi wa amila salihan qala innani minal muslimin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. I welcome all of you with the Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. We are most welcome to ask any questions on Islam and comparative religion or the propagation of Islam. You're most welcome. Any sisters have any questions?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This question is regarding the fatwas that are thrown at us every day. For the past week, every day in the newspapers, we've been reading about fatwas regarding everything and anything, even on what Sania Mirza wears. In fact, it has come to a point that the non-Muslims are ridiculing and mocking the Muslims because of the fatwas. So how do we answer the non-Muslims?
Sister, that's a very important question, a very good question. We find in the newspapers about Sania Mirza that last time she was rated at 42nd seed in Wimbledon, and recently she lost with the top seed, Sharapova, if not mistaken. And the issue is there that Sania Mirza is a Muslim and she is wearing clothes, short skirts, revealing quite a large portion of the body, etc. So the question posed to her is often that, you're a Muslim, how come you're wearing? So she gave a good reply that, why are you asking me the question? Are you asking this question to every other contestant? No. Why only to me? Just because I'm a Muslim? So my argument is that if you ask any player, I can prove to the players of all the major religions, whether Christian, whether Hindu, or whether Muslim, that wearing such clothes is haram. Serena Williams, who's a top seed, number 1, not in the US Open, world number 1, I can prove to her from the Bible. The Bible says in the 1 Timothy, chapter number 2, verse number 9, that wear clothes which are modest. A woman should be dressed up modestly, with sobriety, and with shamefacedness, and should not wear costly array, pearls and gold. Sobriety, is this sobriety? Is it shamefacedness? Same in Hindu religion I can prove. Rig Ved. It says that Brahma has made you a lady, a woman. Therefore lower your gaze and draw the veil over your head. So according to Hinduism, wearing such clothes is wrong. According to Christianity, such clothes is wrong. According to Islam, it is wrong. So why are the reporters only asking Sania Mirza? Why not the others? The problem is the reporters have lack of knowledge of the other religions. Yes, fine. The Muslims are more practicing. Alhamdulillah. Summa alhamdulillah. So just because the Muslims are more practicing, that's the reason you are asking a Muslim. They should ask each and every lady contestant that most of them are going against the religion. So why aren't they asking them? They selectively pick up because it is news. If they are Serena Williams, she'll say, "Get a hang to you." And neither will the Christian world object to, because at least bother in following the scriptures. For example, what happened in 9/11? After the 9/11 attack on the Twin Towers, in Canada there was a survey that what do the Muslims think about the Twin Tower blast? Almost all of them said it is wrong. We condemn it. There was a 14-year-old boy in Ottawa who said what they did is right. And they bring his clipping headlines. Oh, this Muslim boy says what 11 September, what happened, Twin Tower is right. So they're fishing. They want some answer and they're hunting. When they get that, they blow it out of proportion. So it is nothing but a gimmick of the media, which we unnecessarily should not be involved in that. But the question is very good. How do we reply? And yesterday we were discussing with the people who are from the media, and I told him that every religion says it's wrong. So why isn't the media highlighting that? Isn't that news? So one is the fault of the media. I would even blame the Muslims. And we find in the newspaper that at several comments, and I'm told on the television, people give several comments, fatwas of the Muslims, whether a religious person or a politician or whether it be a businessman. There were views of Muslims taken across the world. And most of the religious leaders, they said it is haram. Some men think that we should not comment. A minority of the ulama said that in sports, it's allowed. So even in the ulama, they have different opinions. But the majority of the ulama said, haram hai, it's wrong, she cannot export, blah, blah, blah. And the other so-called secular inverted commas Muslims, they said what she's doing is fine, we're with her. And many women gave their comments. Those women, most of them, I did not hear of any woman in hijab giving the comment that what she's doing is wrong. All the women are not doing hijab, they are giving the comment, what Sania Mirza did is right, that she is uplifting the name of the country, of Islam, etc., blah, 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 blah. And all these politicians giving, oh, he's telling, these religious people, they don't know what is sports. Therefore, they're giving the reply and people are clapping. Arey, kya jawab diya? Well, they don't know about sports. Does he know about Islam? So for me, Islam is more important than sports. That puts him down. Now coming to the other issues of politicians saying, oh, we are proud of Sania Mirza and etc. That's political vote bank. I would like to ask these politicians, you know what they're saying? That see, sports is an international game. So what is right for the international game, that sportsman or woman should be allowed to do. I said, okay, I agree with your argument. I'll ask the next question. Do you know there's a sport called beach volleyball, mainly for the girls? Do you know that? I don't know whether it's international. Tomorrow if it becomes international. Will you send your daughter wearing a bikini on the beach? Will you? Yes or no? I'm asking this so-called politician, Muslim or non-Muslim. Will this Muslim politician send his daughter wearing a bikini for the beach volleyball? Will they? Tomorrow, there may be nude swimming. Where do you put the limit? If tomorrow nude swimming becomes an international sport, will you agree your daughter doing swimming nude? And I will prove it to you, being nude is better than wearing clothes. It's better for swimming. If you want to ask logically, if someone proves tomorrow that nude swimming is better than wearing even that, so will you agree with that? Where is the limit? Where do you draw a line? Previously, adultery was wrong, long back, hundreds of years back. Then adultery becomes common. Homosexuality was wrong. Today, homosexuality is right. Fine. Pornography is legal. Today's paper I read that UK is spending millions of pounds in restricting child pornography. I said, why? Pornography was prohibited several years back. Today it has become a part and parcel of life, so pornography has become legal in many countries. But child pornography, most of the countries, prohibited. Tomorrow, child pornography will become common, so you legalize that also. See, now you have gay marriages, correct, in Canada. A few years back it was prohibited. So where do you draw the line? We should have our values of life. So I'm asking these politicians, will you send your daughter for a beach volleyball? Wearing the bikini? So we should know how to reply rather than get entangled. What the fatwa is given by the ulmas that what Sania Mirza said is wrong, I'm with them. But how to reply? I would like them to change this style. Quran says in Surah Nahl, chapter 16, verse 125, Udu ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal mawzat al hasna wajadun billati hasan. Invite all to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and argue with them and reason with them in the ways that best most gracious. I'm asking the question, a simple. Any ulama you ask, which is a bigger haram? Not offering salah or wearing short sand skirts? The Sahih Hadith of Bukhari says, a difference between a mu'min and a kafir is salah. That means next to shirk, the sin is not offering salah. I'm asking these Indian cricketers, male cricketers, I don't know, name them. Do all of them offer salah? So do they give a fatwa that this Indian cricketer is doing wrong? Why? The actors, they are doing shirk. Majority of the Muslim actors of Bollywood, they are doing shirk. They do idol worship on the screen. They're allowed. Do they pass a fatwa against them? Maybe someone has in the past. So when the reporter comes, you tell them that that's a bigger issue than this. That doesn't mean what Sania Mirza is doing right. But at least we are told that Sania Mirza offers 5 times salah. So what she is doing is not wearing proper clothes. I disagree with that. But yet she is better than the Muslim actor doing shirk, the Muslim cricketer not offering salah. So this is the way if you answer, the whole media hype will go down. That doesn't mean you agree that what Sania Mirza is doing is right. You don't agree. What is wrong is wrong. But you should know how to turn the tables over. If the media comes to me, which I'm not giving them bites for reasons best known to me, I will tell them that if you ask me the question, I'll give a general answer. If you're talking about sportsmen, even the cricketer who's a Muslim is a sportsman, you can see Salah time is there, he's on the field. He's not going for a Salah. Haram. Which is the bigger haram? Not offering Salah for a cricket game. And the people who watch also don't offer Salah, that is also haram. 22 people playing the game and 22 millions of fools watching it. So the person who's playing cricket, you can see with your eyes. He's not offering Salah. Is that a bigger haram? Or wearing less clothes a bigger haram? Any answers? Which is the bigger haram? Which is the bigger haram? Not having Salah. Friday Salah also they're missing. Or some cricketers ने Friday को मैं नमाज पढ़ूंगा बस. जैसा जुम्मा ही पढ़ना फर्ज है कुरान में, बाकी जगह नहीं. Some Muslim cricketers will never miss Eid Salah, which is not a fard also. Eid Salah is not fard. We should offer, alhamdulillah, but it's not fard. So Eid they will not miss. Other Salah fine. So some Muslims are 2 Salahs a year. Some are 52 Salahs in a year. So the problem is you tell the press, in Islam more important is Salah. So according to me, Sania Mirza is a better Muslim than whatever little bit I know about her. No? I haven't interviewed her. I have not read much about her. Whatever 3-4 things, and she's a good tennis player, she offers Salah and her dress code is not correct. These are a few things I know. I don't know about her personal thing. Neither do I know the personal things about the Indian cricketers, whether they have been caught in a betting match or what has happened, or they have been exposed, right or wrong, Allah Alam. But at least I know that there are many cricketers, Indian, who don't offer Salah. But that will not come as headline, that the Muslim people give a fatwa that the Muslim cricketer is doing haram. Will that come? It may come as a news brief. We have to educate the press. We have to educate them about Islam. And then, fine, at least I congratulate Sania Mirza that even if she's wearing such clothes which is haram in Islam, she's at least offering 5 times Salah. That doesn't mean I'm agreeing what she's doing is right about wearing clothes. Please, don't misunderstand me that I'm here to support Sania Mirza. I don't know her also. But I'm educating the ulamas how to reply. I'm educating them how to reply in the media. How to turn the tables over. When I speak to non-Muslim, I said most of the major religions, they prohibit wearing such clothes. And you see in the past, if you see Wimbledon and badminton of the previous few years back, 10 years back, 20 years, 40 years back, they wore full clothes. I'm asking the question that if Sania Mirza, if she wears a loose tracksuit, even that's not fully Islamic, but it is better than this. What will be the difference in our performance? 1%? 2%? 3%? Not more than that. Surely Allah's help is more important. The question yet remains, can a woman play in public? That's a different question. Huh? So don't say Dr. Zakir Naik said that women in hijab can play. That's a different question altogether. So please, when I give an answer, Dr. Zakir Naik gave the fatwa that women, if they wear proper hijab, they can play tennis in front of public. No. I'm trying to get the lesser evil. But that you need not tell to the public, to the non-Muslim press. Whether playing in public or not for a woman is a second question, and then he gave his view that wearing clothes is wrong. At least that was one alim which I thought gave a right answer. That whether a woman displaying her ability in the general public. But yes, there are views that if a woman is in hijab, she can give a talk in the public. Difference of opinion is there, which you cannot say for sure. So that is yet there. So in that context, fine, if a woman is properly dressed up, etc., and she is not exposing whether can she play, is yet debatable. I'm not saying it's haram. But at least we can say that she should wear proper clothes. And there are women playing badminton in Iran wearing scarves. Fine, if you wear scarves, you can take another 2-3% in performance down. So if the performance goes down, at least you can expect the help of Allah. So I will tell these non-Muslim press that we believe in the help of Allah is more important than the help of a skirt. If you say that wearing a skirt is preferable to win the game, I say fine, it may be 1 or 2% better, but Allah's help is more important. Allah's help is more important. I know in our office, it's compulsory every person coming to office should read about 15 minutes, 1 ruku, translation of Quran. In Arabic and the translation, in the language you understand the best. If you calculate if there are 200 people working, 15 minutes means in a month I'm losing lakhs of rupees. Calculate. At least 3 salahs they offer in Jamaat. 3 salahs. If you calculate 15 minutes. So every day 1 hour of how many people? A couple of 100 people. In a month, lakhs of rupees going. Business terminology, yes, loss. No two doubt about it. But it's an investment according to me. Investment. That the person in the Quran, be honest, he'll be honest. Don't cheat. Do hard work. Do jihad. Jihad means striving. Yeah? Strive in the way of Allah. 1 hour, he may give 2-3 hours additional output for me. Even if he doesn't do, Allah will give me. हो सकता है कुछ जाकिर भाई बोले इससे पढ़ रहे कुछ आ रहा नहीं दिमाग में. No problem. Even if they don't improve, at least Allah will give me sawab. So what we are doing here, believe me, what we are doing, if I have to put all my brains together, wallah, we couldn't have done without Allah's help. Our thing will be 0.0000001% our efforts. It is Allah's help. But Allah's help comes only when you put your effort. Huh? It is because of Allah. But Allah says in the Quran in Surah Ankabut, chapter number 29, verse number 69, if you strive in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will open up your pathways. So, the media is their system. We should know how to reply. The answer given to non-Muslim, the strategy may change, the answer remains the same. So the answer is that wearing clothes is wrong, but yet we have to give the other aspect of Islam and be able to turn the tables over rather than become part and parcel of making Islam a scapegoat. Hope that answers the question.
Hajj to the sacred house in Mecca is a duty for Allah upon people. But when is it compulsory for a Muslim? Did prophets make pilgrimage to Mecca? Is visiting the Prophet's mosque in Medina related to the Hajj? What do we say and do when performing each rite of the Hajj? These questions and more will be answered on my program, The Hajj, in our series, The 5 Pillars, only on Peace TV.
An obligatory journey to the heartland of Islam for those who can afford. Join to know Dr. Ahmad Ibn Saifuddin in The Hajj.
There is a need to see what Islam says about human rights,
Kindness and care. Justice for peace. Human brotherhood.
the book of Allah, the glorious Quran, and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ.
Protecting humanity at large and promoting peaceful coexistence.
These are the two main sources for getting the human right.
Dr. Ahmad Ibn Saifuddin.
Islam has come with a complete system of protecting human rights under the Sharia.
Realize the progressive Islamic insights in human rights, a Muslim perspective. Next on Peace TV.
A complete way. It's a complete.
Brother, I am a student of hotel management. As we are training, we have to serve alcohol. Is it permitted to serve alcohol to our guests?
There's a question that he is doing hotel management and in the training they have to serve alcohol. Is it permitted to serve alcohol to guests? It's haram, brother. Besides alcohol being mentioned as haram in the Quran in several hadith, there's a particular hadith in Ibn Majah, book number 30, chapter number 6, where beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he lists down 10 categories of people who deal with alcohol who will be cursed. It says the person who distills alcohol, the person for whom it is distilled, the person who transports it, the person who sells it, the person who makes a profit from it, the person who serves it, the person for whom it is served. Like that, there are 10 categories who a prophet said, curse will be on these people. So even serving alcohol is one of the categories which is specifically mentioned. Besides making, drinking, and transporting, serving is haram. So, but natural, in your hotel management, you have to be very specific and tell them that this is not allowed in religion. You have to have that courage. And believe me, if you say it with hikmah and with the thing which is right, there will not be a problem. If it is a problem, you have to change your profession. But when you do that course, see to it you don't join a 5-star hotel. Or if you join a 5-star hotel, you should not be in that category where you have to serve alcohol. If you're involved in certain part of the hotel management which does not involve serving alcohol, and alcohol is a very small percentage of the profit of that hotel, then it becomes halal. But if you work in a restaurant serving alcohol, then it's haram. Because if you're working in a restaurant which serves alcohol, that becomes quite a major portion. If not the major, at least quite a large chunk of the profit. It is. If a restaurant is serving alcohol. But if a 5-star hotel is serving alcohol, the 5-star hotel has got various activities. One of a small activity is serving alcohol, selling alcohol. But if you are employed as a server, it becomes haram. Doing a job for an airline is allowed as long as it is not as an air hostess. Because if you are an air hostess or a purser, then you have to serve alcohol to the passengers. That is haram. But if you're working in the booking office of the airline, the alcohol profit is just a small percentage. The Islamic Sharia says, if you're involved in a job which has got a small percentage of haram activity and you're not the boss of that business, somebody else is taking the decision, so think your earning is from the halal earning. So when the hotel management see to it that you don't involve in doing something haram. If it's a part of it, I will serve Pepsi. Do you think it is? What do you want to think? No, I will serve Sprite. So Sprite doesn't look like alcohol also. Fine. So you say that is there a particular style that you have to, then what difference does it make? Name a particular style, you have to pour the alcohol in the glass. They train that so it doesn't spill over, etc. All these things are there. So you can tell that, fine, this, I'm not going to take up that job. That's a small part of the training. So you see to it that you speak sense in your superiors and do hikmah. And inshallah, if you do with hikmah, you can get through it. Hope that answers the question. Any sisters have any question?
Yes, brother. We heard last month or before that maybe, there was a convention in UK called the Muslim Festival or something. We heard that even you went there. We want to know more about what actually was the Muslim Festival in UK. What happened there?
Sister has a question that there was a Muslim festival in UK recently, and she heard I had gone there. If I'm not mistaken, I did an article in Islamic Voice about the Muslim festival. That's a different. What I went is to the unity in the Muslim Ummah. If I wouldn't have heard of the Muslim festival, I thought that the sister has got the wrong name. But there was another Muslim festival that was held in UK. I don't know what was the strength of that program or convention that took place. Where I was their sister, I had gone for a one-day convention or a conference in Manchester, UK. It was held on the 7th of August, and I was there for a week. That convention, basically the name was Unity in the Muslim Ummah, which was already organized several months earlier, and Prime Minister Tony Blair and Jack Straw were supposed to come for that conference. But because of the bomb blast, last moment I'm told that he cancelled coming to the trip. But because of the bomb blast, I believe that the publicity also was very well done, and there was a lot of press, CNN, and there were many television satellite channels, trying to cross-examine. I also addressed one of the press conference on television. And later on, it was a good program, mashallah. Speakers came from different parts of the world. There was Dr. Jamal Badwi from Canada, Brother Shabir Ali came from Canada, Dr. Abdul Hakim Quick, he came from South Africa. And there were other speakers, including Sister Yon Redley. As you may be aware that she recently accepted Islam. She was a British journalist. So the one-day convention was there, and there were other local speakers from UK, mainly talking about the unity in the Muslim Ummah, and even my talk was the major talk. That was the last talk of the convention. The topic was Ambassadors of Islam. And I split up my talk into two sections, though I was given more than 1 hour. Most of the speakers were given less time. I was given more than 1 hour. I spoke for about half an hour, talking about the unity of the Muslim Ummah. The talk, which was for 2 hours, which I had given in Chennai, was condensed to half an hour. And the next part of the talk, I spoke about Ambassadors of Islam. The first part, how to deal with the Muslims, in the theme of the conference in the Muslim Ummah. Second part, how to deal with the non-Muslims in the present scenario. We are called as terrorists, as extremists, as fundamentalists. How to reply, how to turn the tables over. And similar, like how the sister asked the question about Sania Mirza, how we should know how to reply with hikmah. The same second part of my talk, for additional half an hour, was dealing with how to be ambassador of Islam with the non-Muslims. And the convention overall was very successful, mashallah. Later on, we had gone to Oldham, where we had a talk on Islam and terrorism, where the mayor of Oldham and the chief of the police of Oldham was also on the panel. They too spoke, though I was the main speaker. They spoke for about 10 minutes, I spoke for about an hour. And there's a question and answer session. There were talks in Bradford. In the convention, there were more than 2,000 people who attended. Same in Bradford, there were more than 2,500 people. Then we went to Birmingham. Then I was in London. I was there live on the TV for about 3 hours, having the question and answer session. Many of the questions were from UK on Islam channel. And regarding the Muslim festival, I'm not much aware except for the article, a small few lines that came in the Islamic Voice about the Muslim festival. That's the Muslim gathered and they had a festival, mainly trying to negate what happened about the bombing that took place on the 7th of July. That the Muslims are blamed for that, to clarify the misconception, which our major portion of the conference that we had during the Muslim Ummah also dealt with that. That to prove that Islam is not a religion which encourages violence, and regarding our standpoint as far as the bombing is concerned. Hope that answers the question. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
فيا رب إنك أنت السلام منك السلام إليك السلام فيا رب إنك أنت السلام منك السلام إليك السلام لأمرك يرجع أمر الأنام بين يديك القلوب